dee dum dee dum dee dum. Yes, indeeder. I kinda wanna play with something. It's always interesting when at least one person comes into the room. Chat. I got my full. I guess that looks pretty good. Dave was just looking at this Elgato camera and it's like kinda nice. Maybe it's this room just has way better lighting than the last room I was in. Or something like that. All right. I'm going to go for it here. I'm going to stop sharing my whole ass face and go onto my typical layout. It's amazing animation. Hopefully you can hear me okay. It seems like it's working. What the anchor positioning situation I wanted to look at was like a we have a component in the CodePen code base called a content toggle, and all it does is like open or close something randomly as a like a primitive, but then it has like options on it, and one of those options is like more of a positioned toggle. So it manifests itself, I think it's just like as a button because it's a clickable thing. So I'm going to kind of build it, I don't know, from scratch a little bit to see if we learn anything doing it that way. We need like an info, a nice little icon for it. Info. Oh yeah, I was born to do this job. So we have a button with an SVG thing in it. We could leave it enormous for now. I think that's totally fine. And when you click on it, I want to open up a box that has some information in it. But because we're using anchor positioning here, or even if we weren't, my goal is that I don't have to put the info toggle information, the content toggle information. Hi Sue, thanks for joining us. You missed about 30 seconds, so I think you're cool. So I have some information down here. We'll call this like, I don't know, there's just a random div, and the class will be like, I don't know, pop out information or something. And this div is crucially like it's outside of the main area. It's just randomly sitting in the DOM. It could be anywhere. I don't want to worry about where it is in the DOM. I don't know, just have some lorem ipsum text in it for now. So you'll be able to see that down here. But in our CSS, we'll say, and you know what? I don't think I want any of this CSS. So it's going to go white. Avert your eyes. Dot pop out information is ultimately going to be like, well, it's display none at first, and then when it's opened up, so we'll need some some thinking for that. I wonder, it's making me like, why are we recreating popovers? I wasn't really planning on messing with popovers, but maybe we should here. Let's not, and then revisit that concept. What I mean by a popover is I think if we turn this thing into a popover, like literally with an attribute, it's going to have some of this like open and close behavior and some default styles and stuff that might be relevant for us immediately and probably appropriate. Hello, Anton. Thanks for joining me. My dumb little stream lately has been just like thinking out loud about some stuff while I work in this is CodePen's private beta editor, so shoot me an email if you want a beta invite or to check it out. So that thing's gone, and we want, when we click on this button, to open up the pop out information. So we could write some like rudimentary information about that. Class equals pop out button. So our button here is we're just going to get our hands on it. Query selector, pop out button, pretty rudimentary, not military grade JavaScript here. Add event listener. I guess we'll do that part right, at least. When you click it, we want to basically toggle pop out information. So we'll say const pop out. Maybe we'll namespace these pop out button and pop out information equals query selector. That was weird. It's like pressing down fast enough. Like, I wonder if I go really slow. That looks like a bug. Like, it pops up and I should be able to go through these options, but if I hit it fast enough, it was like putting my cursor down instead. Query selector, pop out information. And then this thing is just gonna like class list dot toggle open or something. Now there's probably some focus we should be controlling, some ARIA state we should be controlling. Let's know that we're gonna need to do that work. But for now, my goal was to just hide and show it, because what we're really focusing on is like, how does CSS anchor positioning work in dealing with some gotcha type stuff. So and.open is display block. And at least we'll have a toggle for that going on. Yes. Something's wrong. Button is not defined because we renamed it and then didn't deal with it. There we go. So hide and show is going on. But while that thing is open, what we want it to do is like position it right next to wherever this button happens to be, right? But we can't count on where they are in the DOM. So that's where the anchor positioning is gonna come along. But how does this thing look? Let's have it be open at first so I can have a look at it, and we'll make it look like one of those pop-outy kind of things. So border, pick solid black, and again, we should probably be thinking about color modes and all that, but we're not kind of in that mode at the moment. This kind of thing makes me wish margin trim worked, because I want to go margin trim block and have it slice off the margin and the top and the bottom that this paragraph implies, but that's not supported. Here in Chrome, I'm in Arc, which is in Chrome. Still need to get off Arc one of these days, but haven't actually gotten around to it yet. And then we'll do something like max inline size is 250 pixels or something. So it kind of looks like this black box is like the kind of thing that would pop up next to it if it could. I guess to sell the idea that because they already look right next to each other, but look, just any old content in there. I'll put some more lorem ipsum text in there. We'll push this away because there's no positioning going on otherwise. And this pop out, what's the thing? Pop out button. Pop out button normally wouldn't be this enormous. It would be this little reusable piece of thing, which is small, right? Aspect ratio 1, because it looks kind of like a square. So that's going to get a lot smaller. It'd be this little button, hopefully it's not too small for the screen, that you could just toss anywhere and it'll open this extra piece of information right next to it to help you out. Do we have any in here? It's like template. There you go. Just like that. Like the one that's in CodePen itself. That little button is kind of what we're going to use, and we should be using popover to do it, but again, that's not the point, at least yet. Maybe we'll convert it to that as we go along. So how do I move this by this? Is there any mechanism in CSS that will take this black box and move it by this button? Anton's asking, how do we do it in CodePen? Well, that's the interesting part, is that it is, it's like I think it's some handwritten JavaScript by us that figures out where this is on the page and then applies like top and left values to it. It's a kind of a React website. Yeah, see how in the dev tools, hopefully you can see that down there. It's setting hard-coded top and left values. And it's like it has worked fine. It's not like I'm buried in bug report tickets on it. It's just not very robust. If this were to hit one of the edges, I don't think there's any edge detection put on these yet. And of course, it's just a little JavaScript that could fail or get broken or cause a problem or something. So it's like, it's not a big problem, but it's just a little bit of something that could hopefully soon be replaced by CSS that's not only lighter weight but more versatile. And I was looking at like I was contemplating a PR real soon against ours that uses CSS anchor positioning and overrides, like I'll leave the JavaScript in place, but I'll write enough CSS that just overrides what JavaScript is trying to do. I don't know if that's like the cleanest PR in the world over it, because we're not really saving against the JavaScript thing, but I do kind of like it. Nice. Yeah, asking about the role attribute. What do you recommend here? We already have it within a button, but it's the ARIA. I'm thinking role would be like ARIA open or something, but that's not a role. What would the role of a pop-out be? Do they have a kind of special role? And would we get it for free if we use the popover attribute? Probably. But I want to do what I said I was going to do here and get into the anchoring. So the pop-out button is the thing that is the anchor. I want this information to open next to where this button is. So this thing needs an anchor name. And an anchor name, I believe it needs to be a custom ident, they call it in CSS, meaning it starts with 2 dashes like custom properties do. And because this is an anchor name, I really like the convention that you put an anchor in the name, and then we'll call it like pop out button or something. So that has anchor name that's a custom ident that's unique, and it doesn't look like a variable. It looks like the naming of an anchor name because we put the freaking anchor in there, which is great. And then how do we attach it, or how do we have this start paying attention to this, is to say what the position anchor is. So we can say position anchor is that same name. Did we copy it correctly? Cool. Now I'm not sure it's going to do anything yet because we haven't told it like how to behave, which is the position area, I think. And then we need 2, like where is it going to be? Let's put it at the inline end, at the block end, so the bottom right essentially. Now that should pick up and move. No, don't want to do it. I thought it would do it. Pop out information. Okay, it's not finding pop out button, even though we gave pop out button an anchor name. Did we not? It has an anchor name of pop out button, and this thing has a position anchor of pop out button. And it's grayed out. Why would it be grayed out? I've already failed. That's what happens on this stream, just so you know, is that things just fail inexplicably, which torpedo the entire thing that I'm trying to do. Pop-out button is not defined. Oh, but it is defined. We defined it. I can show you where it's defined, DevTools. It's defined right there. Spot the error. It's definitely something wrong that I did, but I don't know what it is. I really thought that's all it takes. Is it the display property interfering? So we need to go look at some other demos where it is working then. Anchor positioning tool or something. Doesn't Unikravitz have a cool little tool that helps us with these concepts? Yeah, it's all over it. That's the anchor, and that's the position element. You give it an anchor name, and then you tell the other thing what the position anchor is. Look at this. We didn't even read this blog post, and we're all over it. So she's using a bit of a different concept here where you set the top value, but let's see if she gets around to position area. Isn't that also a thing? It's like an alternative position anchor. So you're setting the bottom and right values. We could do that. It's worth a shot. But I thought position area was like the cool way to do it now. Yeah, position with position area. The anchoring API includes a new layout mechanism using the position area property, which I've seen work like today in this browser, so it can't be totally broken. To use position area rather than absolute positioning, so it doesn't need position absolutely. The anchor positioning itself moves it. Use the position area property with physical or logical values. So you could say top or block start. Or okay, so we're using two values. Is that our problem? It doesn't seem like, because it's not position area that's failing. It's the position anchor itself. Maybe we got to get that emoji out of there. Was that too ambitious? And we could use non-logical properties just in case we're being stupid about that. All right, let's try some things. So just in case it doesn't like our emoji or something, is that it? No. Is position area just like bottom right? Is that going to make it happy? No. What else did we say we were going to try? So here it is, just in case you're joining us. Position anchor. Position anchor. Do we spell it wrong? No, it thinks that this custom ident is not defined. Let's look at the CSS that's just definitely like in the, that makes it all the way to this preview, just in case something's like mangled or something. Pop out button. It's defined right there. All the semicolons are in the right places, right? And the position anchor is named right there. It's like the smallest amount of CSS in the world. And it's like, that's not defined. You silly goose. Pop-out button isn't defined, even though it's defined right there. Does it need position fixed? Says chat. I don't think so. We could try it, but I think that was the point. I mean, that's kind of the point from the blog post too, is that you don't need, you know, rather than absolute positioning. I know it doesn't say fixed positioning, but yeah, it really shouldn't need that. It's kind of the power of this, but we could try it. What's going to happen is it'll probably move somewhere awkwardly. Like, oh, but it is, look at that. It is right where we're telling it to be, which is actually kind of what we want. So I think you're actually right. So thank you. Look at these demos though. Do they have it? Oh, they do. Like we'd probably just use absolute positioning, but it is funnily worded that it says rather than absolute positioning, you can use position area. But it's like it's doing both. It's not a rather than. All right. Well, absolute. So you still need to say position absolute. And you know what? The more I think about that, the more it makes sense, right? That would be weird for it to be like a totally new position behavior without using the position property at all. That does seem to make sense. Let's assume it does make sense. And it's just got a transparent background, so you're not able to see it in a way. But that is what we're trying to do. So good job, y'all. So we could go block and inline end instead of those. We could use logical properties, right? And then if we said block start, we'd actually see some movement, like it would move to the top of the button, right? Oh, fascinating. Every time I see that, that is like what is called data loss in CSS, where there's content being rendered off the page and there's no way to get to it, at least not visually. That's interesting. So if you say block start, it goes upwards instead of downwards. I was not expecting that. I was expecting it to move up like 20 pixels or something, but still go downwards. So if you position it at the end, it goes down. And if you position it at the start, it goes up. That is strange. I think we should look at that tool that Una did a little more closely, because there was a lot of buttons on that tool, wasn't there? This tool. So if you want it, so if it's at the top, it goes up. Is there one that's like at the bottom but still goes up? Oh, I see. It's the span keyword. So here it's like aligning on the bottom but going up. But how do you do that with logical properties? Oh, there's a button. Good job, Una. Span block start. I don't read, Anton. Give me a break. Span. span block start. That's going to go up again, isn't it? But span block end, meaning it aligns at the top but goes toward the end direction. That's kind of nice, kind of what we want, maybe, right? I like that. But here's the deal, though. Like, let's say this button of ours was actually in the middle of the screen. So how would we do that? We could just, like, it's an inline element, right? So we could just, oops, ZZ, Command Shift A helps me wrap it in a P. I just want to format it real quick. And then go style equals text align center. That'll just kick this whole thing to the middle of the page, right? So now there's like less and less space for it along the right, and we haven't done anything special to deal with that. So we could potentially get into a data loss situation. Oh, look at that, it squishes. What did we say it want its width to be? Didn't we hard code the width? Oh, but we gave it a maximum width. Well, that was clever of us. I wasn't even trying to be smart there. But if this was not max, we just said, I want it to be that wide, then it would push out of the page, right? Yeah, totally. And that's not good. We don't want that necessarily. Okay, so max was kind of the right call there. But we'd maybe want a min too, because while we are saving ourselves, like that's a little ridiculous too, isn't it? So what would we want the minimum to be? Something like that. How big is that? 180. So you could say min inline size is 180. Fun. Okay, so it does it and then it still dies. But here's the thing that we need to look up is I think we're not forced to this size. We can like move it around. So let's say it was like more to the right than it was to the left. I know that's a weird thing to say. So let's be weird about it for a second. So the pop out button, let's say it was like 3/4 of the way to the right, meaning translate, and it's like another 200 pixels to the right. So let's say we like, what's even going on there? We need to refresh. Our own thing is hiding our own thing. How do we deal with that? We'll just say that it doesn't span for the moment. Then I'll push it down, right? Yeah, so it's over there. Maybe that's a little too far. My point was that like we want it to open right. Like let's say we like don't hate the behavior that it, ooh, why does it pull this? I was just trying to move the button, not move this. Because now they're not, it's no longer at the like inline end of the button. It has this 100 pixels. Oh, because I see. It's aligning to where it was. And then we translated the button and now it's over here. I was thinking that it would align itself even after the transform, but I guess it kind of makes sense that it doesn't. So I'll just use margin. Margin inline start of 100 pixels. That actually moves the element and now they should be aligned again or how we wanted them to be. That makes sense. So my point is I like the right behavior. Let's say like by default this component should open this extra information to the right. But oh, it's getting a little too weird. But we have space on the left. So I would want it to like flip to the left if it has to. And I think that's what's up with position try. So position try, let's check it out. Position try flybox only. It's a shorthand that corresponds to try order and try fallbacks. Interesting. I didn't even know position try order was a thing. Normal and flip block. Flip is a nice keyword there, I guess. You'd think that that's flipping the block direction. We would want to flip the inline direction, but it's willing to flip either one. So should we try it and just have it be willing to flip either one? What's it gonna do? Nothing. Interesting. Is it interfering? Should we just say that it's normal and flip inline or something. Like I don't really care about the block direction right now. So normal, flip inline. Oh yeah, kinda. That kind of did something. Yeah, I guess we should learn about the individual ones first. So I guess if this page is really big, it should still try to do it on the right, right? It should try to do it on the right, but as soon as there's not enough space, which who knows when it decides? Is it when it touches the edge? No. But when it hits the minimum width, probably, or the minimum inline size, then it swaps. Yeah, cool. And then it'll probably squish again. Yeah, until it hits that minimum width. And then what does it do? Then we're in that data loss situation there. So can we get a third option where it like centers below or something? Do you think we can even pull that off? I guess we should try the order situation. The position try order CSS property allows you to specify various fallback options with an S that result in an available position try fallback being used to set an anchor positions thing. So can you comma separate them? Is that the idea? Show me some examples. Not overwhelmed with examples here. Note there's a shorthand position try, which we're already using, that can combine order and fallbacks. So the try order is normal here, or most height, most width, most block once. So these are like different conditions in which the will fail or not. Normal, the default, no position try fallbacks will be tried when the element is first displayed. Oh, first displayed. No options will be tried. Okay. Otherwise, it's one of these size things. The position try fallback will be applied that gives the elements containing block the most height or the most width. Oh, interesting. We kind of want most width, right? So instead of normal, we'd go most width. We want to flip inline. So we get the most width over here right now. But otherwise, it should still be on the right. It's not on the right. Even when we have like loads of room, it still wants to open over there. Let's say we get rid of that margin at first, though. Then it is over there. But even if you just gave it like 1 pixel of margin, I bet it would be like, well, there's more space on the other side. Yep. We moved 1 pixel away from centered, and it's like, well, there's more space on the other side. So there you go. That's funny. Most block size or most inline size. I guess that's what we really mean, right? Is most inline size. Yeah, fair enough. That's kind of neat. That's neat. What I was expecting though is that it'd be like a comma separated list of like things to try or something, but that my brain is not right on that. Oh, but there are. But you can't. Oh, these are or symbols. So you really only get one. You get one crack at try order. Interesting. So I think that's because there was some kind of like at position try, and I don't know if this is. I guess look at this. The friggin' baseline thing says it's in Chrome and Edge, where you could try. You could have lots of these. Is the point. And then it was like, oh, try this, then try this, then try this. I thought was the deal. But I don't know. I don't know where this spec is at. Like, is this still cool to use? Or are they pushing us away from that into just using position try, not the at rule? And then is it just source order that determines which order they're tried in? Maybe. And then it's using this anchor syntax that we're not using. But here's a position anchor attempt, or a position area attempt. Don't know. Oh, I see. Position try fallbacks defines in which order they're used. Okay, so those keywords that we were just looking at, the like most inline size or what all that would figure out which one of those like best applies and then try it. That almost makes more sense to me, even though it's a little harder to grok probably. It makes more sense in CSS is like it's not about execution order usually in CSS. So in a way that almost kind of makes more sense. What we're still trying to figure out though, that I don't know the answer to is like we have two options here. We have like, if we get rid of that 1 pixel of margin thing, it's going to open on the right. That's the default behavior that we want. It's willing to flip to the right. It's not willing to flip to the right because it's not any better right now, right? It has to have the margin to be like interesting. Margin, let's just Z out of it. So now it's going to open over there because of the position try. But if we put this as normal, there's enough space over there that it will open on the right. And then it is happy to move to the left if it can, which it'll only do for like, it won't even do it because the margin here is not enough to make that interesting. This should flip. Yeah, it has a flip in it. It has one time it's willing to flip because we said it's cool to flip inline if there's enough space for it and it makes sense to do that. And then it shrinks again. I like that behavior. That's nice. That's good behavior. The problem is, can we get one more behavior out of this? It is unclear to me how many behaviors we can extract from this, because clearly this has a problem too. That's cool. And then boom, we're at a problem. You can't friggin' read it. It's not a good sitch. So there's probably various ways we could restyle this or something, or like chat was saying, we could use @position try to figure out what position it is in and change things. But how do we get it to fall back to the center? Like what do we write in here to give ourselves like a second fallback? Is that a thing? Can flip block, flip inline, but I don't know what else. Oh, you freaking can comma separate them. It's comma separating right here. That's what I was looking for. And you can use a custom ident to identify a custom try option. What is that about? Is that what @position or the @position try is? You just comma normal center, huh? That's just beautiful. If we just say it's also normal, I mean, like, don't freak out about how much space there is. And then center is the last option. So it's going to be on the right until it can't be, and then it's going to go on the left at some point. Ooh, doesn't like that. Now it's not flipping at all. Does it not like comma separated? Is that like a future feature? Yeah, it does not like that. Why? Invalid property name. Well, let's see if we got the syntax right. Maybe you could only put the normal keyword once, and then when you comma separate, you don't get that chance to do the position try order or whatever. You only get one try order. So maybe it's like that. Is that cool? No. Maybe something has a crossy offy in the dev tools. Like center is like it's willing to accept that value, but it's not going to do anything with center. Why not? Oh, it crosses out the one not currently used. That makes sense. I've seen that same kind of behavior before. But in our case, it's also not willing to use it at all. But maybe it's because it's deciding that it's not a good plan. Like at this point, that's a problem. If it centered it, it would still be kind of a problem. It would be cutting off on the right a bit. So maybe like it's the fallback is there, but it's just not, I don't know. It's not better. I don't know. I don't even know how to force ourselves into a situation where it would be. Really. That's too bad. Does it just need to be like smaller? Let's just try this. Like center is a valid keyword, right? So if there's not enough space over here, will it flip to the center then? No, is it just never willing to flip to the center? Is center just not a correct keyword? Yeah, I don't think center is real. Okay. Yeah, it's not. It's willing to flip, but there's no keyword center, right? Top, right, bottom. Let's look at the tool. Oh, the tool really doesn't have a... Oh, it has something. That's centered. How is that centered? Maybe it automatically centers if you don't use the keyword. Center? You have to put two things? That is not clear. That doesn't seem to be it. Because at this point, it should... Because centering would be helpful. Like right there, center would be good. Block end. Like if it decided to center right there, it would fix its own problem. Let's make sure it's a valid value at all. Yeah, it's just not, it's not doing it. It's crossed out because it's not, like Bali said, it's not the used one at the moment. I don't know. It doesn't have double keywords in here. You know? It has what to flip. It has the position, try, order first, only once. Then it has fallbacks, but the fallbacks are single keywords. Right? Oh, look at them all. And one of them is center. So it's more likely then that center is valid. Right? But the situation that we're in is not, it's not deciding to kick on to center. Like it's deciding it's not helpful. Yeah, position area is a double keyword. We're using it as a double keyword here. But position try is different. It's like a try order and try fallback. Neither of which are doubles. Or the first one's a double and the other ones aren't. I don't know what to think about this. I haven't lost the plot. I'm just lost the I don't know how to get the double behavior in. Really, and that's what I was hoping to do, because I think it would be like ideally is really robust. Like if you're going to make a component out of this, like a reusable component that you're going to ship and just use all over your app, it should have all kinds of position try fallbacks. It should take a prop probably that says which do you want to be the default behavior, and a whole list of or maybe not even a list of props. The props would be like, how do you want it to be by default? And then it would automatically just have a whole list of fallbacks. Like, oh, not enough space on the top, try the bottom. Not enough space on the right, try the left. Not enough space on the left, try to center it. Nada, 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 you know. Sure. I have been having all sorts of audio problems, so if there's... Not sure what to say about audio problems, really. It's like I need 5 mics, and when one of them's a problem, just switch to the other one. All I did was move it and it worked. Maybe my mouth wasn't close enough to it. I don't know. Yeah, we're still not there. I assume this is possible, but I assume is like some of the other streams I watch, they have a thing called streamer luck, where it's like things just fall into place for them and they do good, or they get extra luck in the game they're playing. And I have the exact opposite of that, where I'm sure if I wasn't streaming, it would just figure it out. And because I am streaming, I just have absolutely no idea how to do this. I obviously don't work ahead in the stream and try to figure it out before we get into it. Look at all these keywords. Not sure what to try. We could try to do whatever is happening here, and just because that's good, right? That becomes that, or in our position, this default. Oh, there's not enough room. Do centered bottom. Do that one. From that to that is what we want, I guess. Position area block N, and it's just one keyword being used here. So the try would become normal just block end without inline end. Would that do it? Oh, there it is. But that's cool, but that's only one. We want it to be flip, right? Flip, what was it? Flip inline, or, and if that doesn't work, then just try block end. Oh, maybe that's going to work. Try that. Then, no, not going to do it. Ugh. Center. I'm doing what you say, web burnout. You're going to guide me to success one of these days. It's just unclear to know why. Normal, flip inline, block end, center. Right, that is what we're trying. It's unclear if it's not that the syntax is wrong, because it's not wrong, because it's working a little bit, and if it works a little bit, it means that the syntax is valid. It's just not willing to go to this state. And is it not willing to go to that state because the state is wrong, or is it not willing to go to that state because this contrived situation, it's deciding that the second fallback isn't any better? And it's probably that, but it feels like it would be better. But I'm not sure. Like, what if it was just like a little bit less emphatic, this margin at the top that's causing this problem to begin with? Would that fix it? It feels like at moments like right there, centering would be better. But it's very possible that whatever algorithm in the browser is like, no, it's not better. Like, it just doesn't know that it's better. And this one is interesting too. This is why you don't want normal as the first keyword, right? You want to use one that at least gives it a shot when the page is loaded, right? So most, what was it? Most inline size or something? Most inline size. You'd think most inline size would be like a better keyword for try. Because that's going to probably open it on the left now. It's not. Why not? Flip inline. Isn't there almost certainly more space over here? Maybe 20 pixels isn't enough to trigger its little algorithm. Is 50? No. See, now that's weirding me out. Like, clearly, most inline size should trigger the flip inline, and it should render over here. Will it if I don't have this fallback? No. I don't know why my nature is to be like, oh, maybe it's the inline property that's wrong, and that's never the problem. Did we not have flipping working? Oh, that's the case. Like, it flips as soon as you touch it. If I resize the browser by like 1 pixel, it's like happy to do it. Or maybe it's only willing to do it when it wouldn't cut off. Yeah, it might work if you delay the popover opening. Yeah, maybe. Is that the case that it's like it's closed? No, it's open at first. You'd think because it's open, that'd be okay. Are you saying maybe if we like didn't open this at first, that it would like calc when it's being opened? Oh, I think you're right. So clearly if there's no space here, Do I know anything anymore? This is very humbling. Now if we rejigger, will it? Oh my God. When it decides to do the try is inscrutable. It doesn't appear to matter if it's open by default or not. You'd think here at this moment it'd be like, I'm gonna open it at the left. But it's like, no. But if you jiggle the page a little bit, it'll be like, ooh, I better try. And then it does it. That does seem like a little bit buggy behavior, does it not? And it doesn't seem to matter if it's open by default or not. I mean, I don't know why it would, but it does seem like there's calculations happening, so maybe. So in this case, oh, it is opening it on the left. Wasn't it just not doing that like a second ago? Like it was opening on the right before? Oh my God. That's an us problem, I'm afraid. Because I swear to God, just a second ago it was opening on the right. But this is what makes sense. This behavior that's happening now when it's like, which size has the most space? Well, it's on the left, so I should open on the left. Okay. Let's read this comment from Bali. What's up? There's another one with popover and position area span all. If the page is scrolled when the popover gets opened, it uses the wrong offset. Oh, you're just describing another bug. What does span all do? It's probably not one of these, right? Span all. It's not on this page. Span all. It's one of the keywords, though. What does that mean? Like be full width or something? Kind of centers. It kind of centers, but it's different. That's good. Our centering wasn't working super well, right? But it kind of was. Span all. So that's the fallback now. Will it do it? No. But do you need two keywords or whatever? Is it one of those? I don't even know anymore. I'm not ready for another inscrutable challenge that we already know is buggy. I'd be okay with that. But we, again, have not proven that there's a way to do multiple fallbacks. I am willing to look into a little bit at what that at position try thing is, though, because that would be nice to know if we're really expected to do that or not. So do you have to use a custom ident to know if it matches? A dashed ident, I suppose, is more correct. So we set up these, and then if they match these, I can do other stuff. That's pretty cool, actually, isn't it? So where are these set? Custom left, custom bottom, whatever. All right, let's just wing it at first and then definitely screw it up and then see what's up. But I think what it means is we could have this, and we're going to just use X so that it's definitely something that we wrote, and its position area is this. Is that? We'll comment this extra stuff out for now. And then is this where you use it? That doesn't make sense, does it? No. Where do you set what X is? Oh my gosh, I really have lost the plot on what this even is. It's an at rule used to define a custom property try fallback option. Oh, so it's never used for position area. It's only used for try. So this is what this is. And this is --X. Or whatever. And position area, I already forgot. What were we trying to do there? I need to back up. Get rid of those for now. So our fallback should still be a fallback? Yeah? Same? Is this still going to work? No. If I refresh, is it open on the left? No. Is that because this is a deprecated feature that doesn't exist? Maybe. That seems right, but there's no demo. Oh, there is a demo. just leaked a code pen. Get out of here. What do these fallbacks do? Where are they being applied? Anchoring appears to be working. So it's going to try to open on okay, there's one where it tries all the different sides. And then it's going to try them in this order. How do I prove that that's going to do anything? Is that what this is all about? Oh, yeah. That's neat. So I mean, it's clearly working. Or it's clearly doing something. So it doesn't, like if I refresh this, reset. Just rerun it. There we go. Its position area is on the top, and it just is centered by, if you don't use 2 keywords, it just centers then. Yeah, that's nice. So it doesn't need any fallbacks because this one was fine. It works fine. But as soon as it needs a fallback, meaning that it's about to lose some information, oh no, I'm about to lose information, boom, it tries the left first. And then it finds this @try thing left, and it changes the position area to the left instead. And it changes other crap too. Okay, I think I basically understand what's happening there. So the position try is if this doesn't work, which we know, like in this circumstance, it would already be triggering that. The thing you should try is this, and what we want you to do is just flip inline. But we need to be more specific than that, right? We could just say right. Yeah. So like as soon as you're a problem, it should go to the right. Or do I mean left? Maybe I mean left. You ain't doing nothing. Nothing at all. You'd think it would try. It did it. Oh yeah, it's still this problem of like, when does it trigger that is inscrutable. So as soon as it has a problem, it goes to the bottom left. All right, not bad. And so I guess the point is that this is like, now I can do whatever I want here, right? I can do additional things. That's CSS doing a good job if you ask me. Oh, but what is it applying? Can I not do multiple things? Is it only like position related properties? It let me change width in that other demo. Why can't I change background? What does it matter? Okay, whatever. So if I go width 50 pixels or whatever, it's gonna let me do that, right? But not. Oh, that's what you think 50 pixels looks like? Is there some like extra rule of what it allows and doesn't allow? Or maybe there's some min width on it. Yeah, there's this minimum inline size. Okay, it's just me. Sorry, I'm getting testy. If I got rid of that minimum, it probably would let it be 50 pixels, right? Yeah. Okay. Well, cool. At least we figured it out. And so this is not dead. This isn't like a dead concept. It's just a little bit more advanced of a concept, I guess. So now we have proved it. Now it will almost definitely let you have multiple fallbacks. So this lets you get all kinds of powerful. Yeah. So if we said, and what is the order again? The order would be, we get to define the order. So we could go 1, 2, and this is 1. And if it would be amazing if we could figure out how to get 2 fallbacks working. That's what we were trying to get to happen the whole time, right? Like, wouldn't it be cool if it would switch to the other side and then go to the center? Go to the center! God damn it. Again, I think we're facing the same exact problem where it thinks that it's not better to go to the center. And I don't know how to convince it that it is. But it's close. Theoretically, that's working. I mean, even the MDN demo is not. It only does 1 fallback. Right? Like it sets up 4, but only one of them actually do anything. Unless that's what they did this vertical scrolling for. No. Could we try that? Make the body super tall and run that. And then, oh yeah. But it's the same fallback. It's like, oh no, I'm having a problem. I'm going to go left. And then if it's going to have a problem here, will it go? Ah, see? That's it. That's the proof. That's the proof that multiple fallbacks works fine. It just doesn't work in our demo. But we're not scrolling in multiple directions. We're only scrolling in one direction. Which is fine. I mean, obviously, if we're designing like the world's most robust component, we would want it to scroll in both directions too. In fact, we could simulate it with doing like that and smash it and be like, oh no, there's a problem. Flip, please. But yeah, pretty fiddly, huh? Like it's unclear if we found any bugs or not. It's tempting to say that we haven't, because it seems much more likely that it's just my own misunderstanding and poor coding prowess that even has gotten us here at all. But I think we've proven what we need to prove. I think this is kind of possible to do. It does have me interested too. The way I would implement it with the JavaScript fallback is like, you see this one on CodePen that has this pop out, is that you could do all this in a supports query and then remove the top and left value, because we're not using top and left. So the trick would be, I don't know, they both use position absolute, but you could go at supports and then pick one of these to use and then wrap it all in that, which is fun. And then you could go, it would be acceptable to go top unset, left unset. And I guess you'd have to do important too, because they're probably set as inline style. So you want these to win. And that would let CSS kind of take over. Like, even though the JavaScript is still running, probably perfect world, you jump into the JavaScript and fix it there. Or have a supports query that has it stop even setting top and left, but whatever. Anyway, I got a meeting I got to pop off to. I think this is interesting stuff, though. Thanks for hanging out with me and helping me solve these problems. That's what modern CSS is, just struggling through it. Thanks for hanging out.